It's the Amsoil Snowshoe GNCC, the pinnacle of Grand National Cross Country Racing. It's America's toughest race. We started in the ski village of the beautiful Snowshoe Mountain Resort in West Virginia. And here's Walker Fowler, no longer undefeated this year, his good buddy Johnny Gallagher with a huge win at our last race.
I know, it was awesome to see Johnny get a win. He's a good friend of mine. I've learned a lot from him over the years, and my mechanic, Mark Nauman, also helps race prep some of his race machines. He does a lot of his own mechanic work, but occasionally his machines are in there. So we like to make the joke that at least the WFR team is still undefeated, or the mechanic for the team is undefeated. Myself as a rider, 6-7, I'll still take that record.
Yeah, Johnny with the win, man, that was awesome. I was super pumped for him. He's put so much time and effort into the sport. It just makes me happy to see him finally get a win. It was cool. He just has a fire, and he's an older guy, and I hope when I'm that age I can be competitive like him. And just honestly, I look up to him because he's really like living the dream. He's doing what he loves. He turned this into kind of career, which is really tough right now with the economy. So my hat's off to Johnny, and like I said, I look up to him, and I'm pumped he got his win this year.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it was a 10 for sure. I mean, Johnny's been one of my best friends since I was just a kid. He was my idol at one point. He still is my idol. He's helped me endlessly, and when I crossed the finish line, and the first thing somebody told me was Johnny got his first win, and I can only imagine how he felt, because I felt it was awesome. I mean, like I say, he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He'll lend a hand to anybody, and I think it's 23 years now in the pro class for him to get his first win. It's a really big deal for him, and honestly for everybody. I don't think there was one person out here that wasn't thrilled for him.
He's still talking about it. I'm that guy that messed your season up, but it's all in good fun, man. He's a good guy.
Yeah, that was historic for our good buddy Johnny G, who helps with the live announcing at these races, actually on bike day, to get that win. Can he make it 2 in a row? Well, it's going to be nasty out here in the woods of Snowshoe, and those are his types of conditions. Off the start, Adam McGill and Chris Borich battling it out. And by the way, totally different start, because we have to fit into the ski village. We line up top 5 riders based on points, then 6 through 10, and points come through next. I believe that's Borich leading everyone into the woods, then row 2 just came by. Yes, it is Borich in the lead on his customary Suzuki. Fowler sliding up into second. See McGill and McClure 4th and 5th. What can Chris Borich do today? He has been in contention at Snowshoe many times, usually has bad luck late. This is the type of track that leads to upset victories. Remember, year after year, big bad Brian Wolf taking wins and huge money for winning the biggest race of the year at this event. There's one other factor, the crowd. The Mud Fleas are crazy here in West Virginia. They'll find the most difficult part of this racetrack, and they will practically live the lifestyle all weekend long. And these fans, they're a wholly different breed. Let's talk to Rodney Tomlin, our live announcer, about them.
Well, the Mud Fleas basically are the heart of the GNCC Racing Nation, and they appear out of nowhere. Basically, it's the heart of GNCC, as I said, and this is the fans that go out into the deepest, darkest regions of a GNCC course. They look for the deepest, gnarliest mud holes and hill climbs that they can find out there, so they can be basically part of the show. It's really neat the way these folks come together to not only spectate a race, but all of a sudden they become part of the race. And so oftentimes you hear about people saying, thanks to the Mud Fleas for helping me get out of this hole. And it's amazing to me how quickly so many folks that probably never met each other before join together in a mud hole or on a hill climb or something like that to form human chains and pull these guys through and up through places that they are struggling through. They want to be part of the show. They are part of the show. And without the Mud Fleas and GNCC Racing, I don't think it'd be what it is.
Well said, Rodney. And that's the key. If these riders get stuck, the fans are allowed to grab a bumper, grab the grab bar, and pull them out. That's all part of the game. And so much of these unwritten rules were unwritten at the famous Blackwater 100, the first GNCC, which took place not too far from here in West Virginia. So this is a tradition going back to the mid-1970s the fans getting up close and personal and getting involved with the racing. And they live for terrain and moments like this. Stay with us. It's the Snowshoe GNCC.
When it comes to guarding your diesel engine, AMSOIL offers the next level performance you demand. AMSOIL Signature Series diesel oils provide 6 times more wear protection than required by a leading diesel engine manufacturer. Give your hard-working truck the protection it deserves. AMSOIL, devoted to protection. See the whole line of diesel products at amsoil.com/diesel.
As riders and racers, we understand the need to get quality parts, apparel, and accessories fast. We have the horsepower of multiple warehouses to make sure your gear, OEM parts, or accessories make it to your door quickly. Check out our easy-to-use website and experience customer service that takes the whole shot. RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready.
Here he is, Walker Fowler, Grand National Cross Country XC1 Pro Class Champion.
GNCC is Bald Eagles, 50 cal, cowboy boots, diesel trucks, Copenhagen, Bush Light kind of men.
Evans waterless coolant is the solution to boiling over, so you can push your vehicle like this, and this, and this, without fearing the temperature gauge. Evans waterless coolant. Defeat the heat.
Hey guys, I'm Tim Geiser riding for Honda Garibaldi Racing Team, and we are using Evans cooling, and you know, like, I know that when I use that products, I know that my bike never will overheat, so I'm really happy with it.
The GNCC Series is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protect your weekend. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready. And by MAXXIS Tires. Keeps you riding to your maximum potential.
Walker Fowler rolling right now at the AMSOIL Snowshoe Grand National Cross Country event. We have turned the
Fowler looks like a big
There's Mike Holbert, a veteran GNCC racer in his own right, now helps us with the TV crew, because you have to have great riders to get cameras down there, and that's how they do it. They'll throw a camera in the backpack, ride a motorcycle down to the toughest part of the track, and since the Holbert family and Mike himself have been a part of this series forever, they can spot these riders even when they're totally covered in mud and help do some spotting and scouting for us, as well as some shooting. Good race so far for Chris Borich. And Bryson Neal right with him on the Coastal Racing Yamaha. Borich on the Suzuki. Looks like they built a bridge through here, and I don't know if this is for the racetrack, probably for some cross-country skiing. That's primarily what this place is for ski country. But they don't mind letting the ATVs, the motorcycles, come through here once a year for a Grand National Cross Country event. And of course, this place is awesome for mountain biking, as a lot of ski resorts are. And some great battles here today. Fowler has slipped away, but everyone else really keeping the heat on. Trying to figure out who that was coming through. Definitely on the gas. Brian Wolf, who I mentioned is a rider that has won this race several times, doesn't race the full series anymore, but he does always come out to Snowshoe. This race is a wild card in many ways, even for Walker Fowler.
It has changed up our strategy, and mostly just with our ATV rotation, we have a specific way we go about doing it. We build 2 for the first 6 rounds, and after Florida and Georgia, it's nice to have 2 built ready to go. And then pretty much every other race until round 7, we utilize those 2 4-wheelers, and then it's round 7 and 8. 7 we build a new one, we use it at 8, retire it at Snowshoe at 9. With the order getting moved around, we actually had to bring a bike out of retirement that has already done 3 races, and she's coming back to do a 4th, and we're going to have to worry about the rotation, how we get back in order later, I guess. But, that definitely takes a little bit of a toll in our shop and stuff. Like I said, we're real meticulous about what goes on in our shop, so to have it messed up a little bit's inconvenient, but we're going to make it work.
Now, in NASCAR racing, you hear that teams often save their best stuff, their newest stuff for the playoff races. GNCC is different. A lot of times, they'll save their best stuff and not race it today because this track just beats everyone up. There's Adam McGill going by. He has been the perennial favorite at this Snowshoe event the last couple of years. He's won it a few times. He's a West Virginia native. Whatever he has done right, he's trying to do it again.
No pressure. It's definitely a racetrack that can be, won and lost on the first lap. I believe that 100%. I mean, we've come from the back and won here, and we've actually led the whole thing before. So it's definitely got its own aura. It's got its own presence here. And, a tip to everybody that comes here and races this, definitely get out of the way of the MM521 machine. But, no, you just got to get through your first lap clean. You get through your first lap clean, mistake-free, normally the rest of your day will go pretty easy. So, it is the mountain that McGill built, they call.
And we're going to see if he can defend that honor today. That's the McGill Mafia, and they are out en masse down in those mud holes. And McGill's not happy today. He's in the pits, and he seems upset about the way things are going. Is there a mechanical problem? No, we hear he had a crash on the first lap. Didn't take his own advice. Maybe just trying to recover from that. Stay with us.
Are you looking for a dirt bike piston that can increase power and decrease blow-by? Then check out Wiseco's all-new Racer Elite piston line. Racer Elite has been used exclusively by the pros, including RCH, Yoshimura, Suzuki Factory Racing, and are now accessible to the public. Available for popular 250 and 450cc dirt bikes, the Racer Elite series is the first off-the-shelf asymmetrical power sports piston ever made. Its fully machined billet aluminum construction features an exclusive custom lap top ring. Step up with dyno-proven power gains with Wiseco's Racer Elite piston line. Are you looking for a dirt bike piston that can increase power and decrease blow-by? Then check out Wiseco's all-new Racer Elite piston line. Racer Elite has been used exclusively by the pros, including RCH, Yoshimura, Suzuki Factory Racing, and are now accessible to the public. Available for popular 250 and 450cc dirt bikes, the Racer Elite series is the first off-the-shelf asymmetrical power sports piston ever made. Its fully machined billet aluminum construction features an exclusive custom lap top ring. Step up with dyno-proven power gains with Wiseco's Racer Elite piston line.
We handle your races, your jumps, and your trails. Isn't it time you give your daily driver the same love? AMSOIL's Signature Series Synthetic Motor Oil delivers 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard. AMSOIL also offers a full family of ATV, UTV lubricants, giving you above and beyond fortification for your weekday and weekend vehicles. AMSOIL, devoted to protection.
Even when you're the best, you never stop striving to be better. The all-new from the ground up 2018 Yamaha YZ450F is now available at LoJack Cycle Sales. With over 40 years of experience in motorcycle sales and service and 15 national championships, we know racing. So stop by LoJack Cycle Sales today in Tarentum, Pennsylvania, and visit our online inventory at www.lojacks.com. Yamaha YZ. It's why we ride.
Over the river and through the woods, the newest Polaris models are here for the holidays. Take home great deals on the world's best-selling side-by-sides and ATVs during the Polaris Holiday Sales Event.
The GNCC series is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protect your weekend. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready. And by MAXXIS Tires, keeps you riding to your maximum potential.
Well, the AMSOIL Snowshoe Grand National cross-country event, known to trip up announcers like myself and trip up riders with very difficult terrain, but so far a near-perfect season for Walker Fowler, has continued to roll through the toughest race of the year. He has not been challenged so far today. Here we go on the longest uphill in this series, 1,000 feet of elevation change from the bottom to the top of this hill climb. And your reward for getting to the top, some cheers from the fans, and Fowler continues on. Looks like he's got victory in sight. He won 6 of the first 7 rounds. He's going to win round 8. Walker Fowler takes the Snowshoe GNCC. When you're hot, you're hot. Here are your Rocky Mountain MTV MC results. Look at this. Kevin Yoho on the BNR racing machine on the podium. Great job. Chris Borich is 3rd. Here's Fowler.
Yeah, and we're back on top of the mountain, man. This is this race and Ironman are 2 of the races that you want to win, and it feels good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It feels good to conquer this mountain. Even if this is the last time I get to do it, the second time was probably sweeter than the first. It felt really good today.
That's your MAXXIS post-race interview. There he is, the man in the fresh jersey is Yoho. Awesome to see him on top, that BNR team. I'm going to say it. It's Big Nuts Racing. They've been at this for a long time. Great to see them up on the podium. This race always primed for upsets. It starts with a unique start on the hard road, and when Chris Borich and Adam McGill get good starts here, man, I thought it might be their day, but Walker Fowler quickly snuck into the lead. Adam McGill said you cannot make huge mistakes early, and he did. He had a big crash. It was tough for him to recover. And once Fowler had the lead, he would not be headed. Fowler was the first rider the fans had to see down there. The Mud Fleas loving it. And he would not be headed from there. As for McGill, at one point he would climb up to 2nd, but a slow pit stop while recovering from that crash, that would open the door for other riders like Yoho to get in the mix. Here's the pit stop for McGill, and he was frustrated. Bryson Neal was able to get in the top 5, as was Brian Wolf. This racetrack give it, but it often take it away, and this time it gave to Walker Fowler. For everyone at RacerTV, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching Snowshoe, the AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series.